Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie and I am a Bachelor of Social Work student who is doing my student placement at For a Safer Space. Today I will be talking about the book American Born Chinese by Jean Luen Yang. Last week we looked at pages 87 to 131 about Jin Wang and his crush on Amelia, and Chin Ki embarrassing his cousin Danny at school, resulting in Danny becoming resentful and angry. We explored the topics of cultural assimilation, Eurocentric standards of beauty, internalized racism, identity, and acceptance. Today, we will be looking at pages 133 to 199. And just to remind the listeners, the book doesn't have chapters. However, they have sections where each separate narrative cuts off. I have ended today's reading at where I feel the narrative comes to a natural end and will pick it up where I left off next week. So the story returns to the Monkey King. A monk called Wang Lei Cao gathers fruits every morning to share with vagrants outside of town. He feeds them and dresses their wounds all day and every day. When asked why he does this, Lei Cao replies that Ce Youze provides for his daily needs and loves him deeply and faithfully, and so he must do the same for others. As a result of passing this test, he was given a mission by Ce Youze to deliver 3 packages to the West. He is allowed 3 disciplines to protect him on his journey, one being the Monkey King. Lei Cao sets out to find the Monkey King and finds him under a pile of rocks. He asks the Monkey King to quickly free himself so he can help carry the packages. The Monkey King becomes very angry and tells him that he is the great safe of heaven and that he cannot free himself because of the seal that prevents him from performing kung fu. However, Lei Cao tells the Monkey King that all he needs to do is return to his original form and he will be freed. Freedom does not require kung fu. Lei Cao tells the Monkey King that finding his true identity is the highest form of all freedoms, and that without accepting his true identity, he will be an eternal prisoner of the pile of rocks. The Monkey King then notices that Lei Cao is being followed by demons and says that he'd rather just sit back and watch Lei Cao get eaten by the demons. The demons then impale Lei Cao with a spear and start roasting him over an open fire. The Monkey King finally returns to his true form and frees himself just in time to save Lei Cao's life. The Monkey King then uses his kung fu skills to defeat the demons. Lei Cao tells him that there is no need for shoes, and the Monkey King accompanies Lei Cao on his journey to the West and serves him faithfully until the very end. The themes of identity, transformation, and acceptance are depicted in the Monkey King's return to his true form as a monkey. Lei Cao tells him that it isn't kung fu that will release him from the pile of rocks, but the acceptance of his true identity that will release him because it is the ultimate freedom. The story symbolizes the Monkey King's journey to true acceptance and obtaining peace through this acceptance by showing the Monkey King taking off his shoes that hid his monkey feet. The story then goes back to Jin Wang. Jin goes on a date with Amelia and they go to the movies together. Although Jin had some first date jitters, the date goes well and they end up getting ice cream together after the movie. While leaving the theater, Greg, a white classmate of theirs, notices Jin and Amelia together. At school the next day, Amelia tells Wei Chen that she had fun on her date with Jin. However, at school, Jin is confronted by Greg, who asks him for a favor. He doesn't want Jin to date Amelia anymore, not because he likes her, but because he wants to make sure that she's making good choices, and he's unsure if Jin is a good choice for her. Jin reluctantly agrees to never ask out Amelia again. However, after thinking about it all day in class, he gets a surge of confidence and decides to speak to Amelia after class. When he gets close to her in the hallways, he notices that Greg is next to her. Feeling less confident, Jin walks away. Once outside, he finds Susie, and she is very upset. Timmy called her a racial slur, and she tells him that she feels like an outsider all the time. Jin then randomly tries to kiss her and ends up getting slapped. Wei Chen visits Jin at home and asks him why he would ever kiss Susie. They were brothers, and he betrayed him and broke his trust and his heart. Jin says that they're nothing alike, and that he kissed Susie because she's not right for Wei Chen, and that Wei Chen isn't worthy of her because she can do much better than a fob. Wei Chen punches Jin and leaves. Jin spends the rest of the night convincing himself that what he told Wei Chen was true. He then goes to bed. However, in the morning when he wakes up, he looks in the mirror and sees that he is no longer Asian. He is now a white guy. He decides to call himself Danny. The themes of racial discrimination, unhappiness, and social pressure are evident in this storyline. When Greg asks Jin for a favor to stop seeing Amelia, Jin understands this disapproval by being due to his Chinese identity. Jin never got the chance to become popular either because he was marginalized and excluded for being Chinese. Jin is pressured to do Greg this favor because Greg frames this request as a favor for him, indicating that there is a relationship between these two boys that doesn't actually exist. This conflict with Greg and Amelia destroys Jin's sense of identity. He ruins his friendship with Susie and Wei Chen and completely gives up and sacrifices his soul to transform into Danny, a white boy, and his alter ego. Here we see the storylines start to connect as Jin becomes Danny from the other story. In these two storylines, we see the themes of identity depicted, although portrayed differently. The Monkey King accepts his identity and turns back into a monkey, while Jin continues to internalize the racism he's endured and ultimately hating his identity so much that he gives up his soul and transforms into a white boy. So that's the end of this week. I hope you liked the book so far. Next week, I will cover the last section from pages 201 to 236. Thanks for listening and stay tuned.